Hey, everybody, and welcome to What's 3D Printing, your favorite 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday live stream, somewhat related to 3D printing and usually running off the rails. I am Glenn from Fun King 3D, and with me, of course, is my brother from another mother, James.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Who's tiny in a little box in the corner. Nobody puts James in the corner.
Nobody puts Jimmy in the corner.
We were going to start on time today, and it rolled up at 4 o'clock, and I look up, and Uncle Ron makes some snide comment about us being late, and I said, you know what? No, I'm going to take my time.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot. I do have my co-host with me today. She's got a cold, so she's been sneezing a lot. She seems to be getting, better now, but she sneezes and sleeps a lot, so.
Cat Rona.
The cat Rona? I hope not.
Rona.
She doesn't ever get to go outside, so.
That's fair.
But yeah, she's my buddy. But so how is everybody doing today? I guess I should run down the chat real quick. Lars Hansen called out first, but Glenn Hogue claims to have been here first. So those two are going to battle to the death, and the winner will get to take the claim of first. We also have Alan Osborne, Uncle Ron, Maker Viking, SPC3D, Carl Schumann, Clint is here, Tom Lama is here, my friend Matt is here, and Nadav is here, and that's it. And anybody that shows up now missed out getting their name called out to the world.
Sorry about your luck.
That's right.
You should have been here on time like us.
Never be late to one of our streams.
We're on Canadian time.
Uh,
So I have a finished project to show off today.
That's pretty exciting.
Except for I'm seeing now it fell off the fireplace yesterday and it bashed in the reset button. So I can see if I can fix it without taking it apart and then show it off. I'm real lazy.
Oh, well, you can show that off. I plan to begin assembling, re-begin assembling my rep box. I finally printed a plethora of parts. So Pooch was kind enough. Boy, them things slide. Pooch was kind enough to include in the kit this piece for the latch. And from what I understand, some people say that it's kind of a hard piece to print, but it's red, and I can't have no red on my rep box. So I printed my own in yellow, and it did not seem very hard to print at all. So, though I did print it the first time with a 0.2 layer height, like I do most things, and it was very steppy.
You're just so good at 3D printing that things that other people find difficult.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
I'm just so amazing. I don't know. I think it's because I have a really amazing printer. So really, I got Zach to print it for me. I'm like, hey, can you print this out? I just can't handle it.
Zach never slacks.
No.
So the first part of the project I have to show off today, I don't know how many of you will recognize this, but this is for that miniature Nintendo that I've been working on for I don't know how long at this point. Let's see if it'll focus. I might have to manually focus it. Story of my life. My life is out of focus. Story of my life.
Lars said the one where the host is on time. The host is always on time. I have never not been in this seat before 4 p.m.
And the actual number of times where I'm not quite, or that I'm here after 4 p.m. is pretty low. Sometimes I'm showing up at like 3:59, which isn't really enough time for us to go live on time. But
right. So the rundown is sometimes we're late going live because of technical issues, which, knock on fake wood, today that was not the issue. I even rebooted and did Windows updates and then updated OBS before we went live, and everything worked, which was really weird. So that wasn't the issue today. Really, today we were just kind of jib-jabbing and just pushed the button late. I'm just going to start scheduling the streams for 4:05. And then if we fire up at 4:02, then we're early and yay us.
So this is the original NES games had these plastic sleeves on them, dust covers. So I designed a dust cover that holds the micro SD card for my miniature Nintendo. So I thought that was kind of cute.
You don't need dust covers. You just blow in it real hard.
Well, that's going to be the joke. And then here's the actual, with the reset button kind of caved in. There's the actual mini NES with the pie mounted.
It's so
And it's got little rubber feet on it. The fan intake is through the bottom, so you need the feet on it so that it has enough clearance. On the back is the HDMI and the power. And yeah, so the USB ports in the front work, but it also has Bluetooth built into it. So the problem I kept running into is when I use the wired remotes, the cable is heavy enough to flip it over. So that's why it's so easily fallen off of the mantle more than once now.
Yeah, you got to put like a lead plate in the bottom of it to weight it.
Yep. So
Tom Lama said Charlie in the Chocolate Factory was originally titled Charlie in the Canadian Maple Syrup Land, but had to change it because no one wanted to read it.
It must be true. I read it on the internet, so it must be true.
And then Mark cursed us and said, yeah, watch it crash in a few minutes. Could always happen. Oh. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
I'll be right here. So no one told you life was going to be this way. What's everybody been up to this week? Now I wait the prerequisite 20 minutes for the message to go through and for you guys to be able to reply to it. As I hook up my super tiny, fantastic mini NES thingamajig. Working, printing. I was also working this week. I have it's set up to be a half week next week because I have to have my a wisdom tooth pulled on Wednesday. So TPU fail.
Not as much fun to be alone on here, is it?
What? No, I had a great time. They were just saying how they hoped you didn't come back.
Oh, I can believe that.
I'm gonna have to adjust the brightness on this. It's a little washed out looking.
So I had to go and get this. I meant to show this off last week and forgot to bring it up. So Uncle Ron was kind enough to send me this gift so that I don't have to double glasses anymore. But the funny part is I can still double glasses. So this is really cool. It comes with a like a set of a bunch of different lenses. And they vary in thickness, you know, from normal to Glenn is blind.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. They're so clean. I don't want to touch them. I don't know what the magnification is on each of them.
Here comes the moment of truth. See if I broke it the last time I dropped it. I think I have to tell it to check the different source.
Matt said triple glasses time. Yeah, this is pretty good.
There we go.
Can't see anymore, but oh, this is fantastic, Uncle Ron.
All that big video being powered by that little tiny box.
Little box. Tony said Glenn has gotten a lot hairier. Must have been before I got back. Paul Cumber is here, wants to know if I got a haircut. I didn't actually. It just sometimes it matched down more than others. I actually cut my hair pretty regularly, but
so I can go through some of the challenges I've had building this thing because it's being powered by an Orange Pi. And the problem with Orange Pi is that
it's not a Raspberry Pi.
I'll say it's not Raspberry Pi. So right now there's two flavors of RetroPie. One that supports the Raspberry Pi Zero and the original Raspberry Pi. And then there's one for and I think the 2, and then one that supports the 3 and the 4. Maybe I'm mixing them up. Right, so I know there's two flavors of RetroPie right now. Problem with the Orange Pi is that there are like 12 different flavors of the board, and each one of them requires its own version of the project. And as far as I know, there's only one person supporting Retro Orange Pi right now. So he's like 4 versions behind on RetroPie. So there's 4.3 out.
Well, you should chastise him until he catches up.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, he is working only for free, so he does owe me something. So the 4.3, he did a version for this board for 4.3, but with 4.3, the Armbian distribution on it, they decided that for support for the boards, they were going to remove support for anything that wasn't included on the board. So the Orange Pi 0 Plus, or the Orange Pi 02, Orange Pi 02 Plus, I'm trying to remember what the name of the board is that's in here. It doesn't have any USB ports on it by default. It's got a header where you can access to USB ports. So they removed software support for the USB ports on it, which meant that the first time I powered this up using the latest version, the controllers didn't work, which is kind of important.
Right.
And there's no way for me to connect a keyboard or a mouse or anything to it. So I'm running 4.2, which is running on a copy of our Armbian that's like 4 years out of date and no longer supported. And so the scraper and stuff. So what you'll notice is if I go into like Nintendo, each of the games has a screenshot plus the box art and a description. So you see on the left, it's got, you know, the box that it came in, then a screenshot from the game, and then so they wrote a thing called a scraper that goes through and takes the name of a ROM file and then finds the pictures and the text and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, you were telling us about that last month or last week.
So the scraper doesn't work anymore on 4.2 and 4.3, and because you can't get the Armbian updates for I think it's Jesse that's under 4.2, you can't even make it work. So what I ended up doing is putting RetroPie, the current version for the Raspberry Pi, on an SD card and ran the scraper on my Raspberry Pi and then copied the files across.
Wow.
So there's no real, I guess the limit you get into is which games will actually work with it. Because like on this one here, I don't know, there's probably a couple thousand games at this point. So there's 1,000 for the Super Nintendo, another 100 for the Wonder Swan. Yeah, so it really comes down to how big the SD card is and how many games will actually emulate properly. But feels like it's limitless. I actually recommend if people are building their own setups that they don't put every game possible onto it, because you'll just end up scrolling through games and never actually playing any of them.
Right, yeah.
So stick with the ones that you like, and then it's relatively easy to add games to it as time goes on anyways. So.
Well, hello, Rick. All right, so Rick Solly, who's now in the chat, is another person that I went to college with. All we need now is Chris Luttrell in here, and we will have the foursome back together. I actually ran into Rick at Orlando Maker Faire. Obviously not 2019 because we didn't have one, stupid Corona. So that was fun, and then get the whole college gang back together. John Mack has joined us. Hello, John.
It's the return to the Mac.
Rick said, starts looking for Chris. All right, so I probably should have. First, I'm going to take this drink of delicious Coke Zero.
That sounds like an excellent choice. I think I will also have a sip of delicious Coke Zero.
That one's gone, but I have another one, so no fear.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, this is this setup is really nice, Uncle Ron. Thank you for this. I hadn't put the batteries in it, but holy crap, is that light bright? Now I'll be able to do small projects in the dark too. And this is I guess I could try it without my regular glasses. But that's the this is the least magnification lens, and it does a significantly good job. But does it look as cool as two pairs of glasses? That's the big question.
The stream's gonna get demonetized because it shows gameplay from a Nintendo game. Did you see the stuff about that?
No.
So Nintendo released a 30th anniversary or 35th anniversary Super Mario Brothers Game and Watch, and it's literally, so I've got one here. Might as well pull it out and show it here. I just realized how dark it is now because the brightness auto adjust.
Right.
Super helpful. Second, I got to get back into the camera configuration stuff. Let's see if I can make this work. Whoop. I think as long as the screen is on, it's going to dim it. Anyways, doesn't matter. So, do you remember the Nintendo Game & Watch series from like the 80s? The little LCD games?
Yeah.
So, they thought it would be cute as a... was it 35th anniversary for Super Mario Brothers to release the original Super Mario Brothers on a Game & Watch that looks a lot like one of the original Game & Watches, which I'm apparently really bad at opening boxes for.
Good thing this isn't an unboxing video.
I mean, I got to try and make it last at least 8 minutes so I can get the double ads, right? Okay.
Matt said, note to self, buy 80-inch monitor so I can see things on James's picture in picture. That's all right. You don't want to see James's little picture anyway.
It's true. Where's the on switch? There. So they released this cute little box, and it's got Super Mario Brothers. It's got the Super Mario Brothers 2 from Japan, which is like the super difficult game. And then it's also got the original ball game from the LCD games. And it's literally just an unmodified version of Super Mario Brothers. Well, slightly modified to actually work with the number of buttons and stuff on here. So people have now taken this thing apart, figured out how to talk to the NAND flash that's on it, and then have been flashing it with new games. And they've been releasing tutorial videos on how to do that on YouTube. And Nintendo has been filing takedown notices based on the fact that they're using footage from their video games in these videos.
Wow.
Like, which product of yours are they harming by doing this? You know what I mean? Like, which product that you sell are they harming?
Yeah, I mean, you're encouraging people to buy their stuff.
Yeah. So now people are re-uploading the videos with how to do it, but with all of the gameplay footage taken out of it. And they all have censored titles on YouTube, like hack your and then Nintendo censored, and then game and like watch is censored or whatever to try and keep from getting in trouble. I'm debating if I should do some work on this or just play video games while everybody watches. Maybe we should ask in chat, should I do some more emulation configuration or answer questions, or just continue to play Mario Land? You, the viewer, decide. It's like a choose your own adventure, but not as good.
I used to love those books.
I'm gonna scout out by the old McCreary farm.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't catch my tweet yesterday, young peg leg Paul has decided to switch his platform to Twitch and did his first Twitch live stream yesterday. So now I'm not super savvy in Twitch. I've had a Twitch account for a while, but I don't really use it. I've never streamed on there because I don't do gaming and I don't really think anything else fits on Twitch. But what I found to be very cool was...
Not Pegley Paul.
No. But I said to him, I said, you need to make me a moderator. And he's like, okay. So he makes me a moderator. You get a whole different interface. Like all of a sudden this stuff started popping up and there's other windows and like very useful moderator interface. And I'm like, why hasn't YouTube done that? You know, the moderators of the channel, ooh, you get a wrench, big deal. You don't get a special interface. So that's it. We're moving to Twitch. No.
Why are you going to be so interface?
Always interface. I wasn't talking to you. That's why.
Jeez, Alexa, can you turn off the studio lights? She's not feeling like cooperating with me today.
No, she doesn't speak Canadian anymore. All right, so the constructions here are telling me to choose.
The constructions?
The constructions are telling me to choose where I want the holes in this thing. Which is tough because I originally got this for the FK1. But if I put it on the FK1, nobody's going to see it. I mean, I guess until I set up the FK1 camera. Because I went this route because I got a palette from Mitch 3D. Oh, speak of the devil, he's in the chat. Need IKEA instructions. So I don't know. I guess I'll still set it up to feed. The FK1, which is top holes to the back. If you guys aren't familiar with the rep box, Pooch has done a really good job in making it like if you want these holes feeding out the back, you just have them feed out the back. You don't have the ugly side out though. If you want it feeding out the front, it's asymmetrical. No, symmetrical. So
symmetrical full. Oh, I just got messed over. I went to jump in the little fish jumped up and bit me in the butt.
Don't jump in the water.
Don't believe me, just watch.
There was a video game that I used to play, and Matt might actually know what game it was. But your character's name was Grant, and there was a little owl that would follow you around.
Sounds like a hoot.
And when you'd fall in the water, the owl would go, "No, Grant, don't go near the water." But I can't remember what game that was.
Oh, crap. Oh, made it out.
Such language.
What did I say, crap?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, we can have a repeat of the other day if you want. The other day.
Never again.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said you'd ban me if I ever did it again.
That's right. That was your only freebie. Yeah, I really have no idea how this goes together, so.
Very easily. Just ask Alan.
Ask the Pooch.
It's better than what other people do with the Pooch. Here, I can show the broken collision detection in Mario.
I'm going to put that with the pretty side in because you can see that. I mean, now you guys get to see the ugly side, but let's get Pooch on here. We said it's funny. He asked on Twitch yesterday, like, you know, when was the last time you printed? And I'm like, well, it was like yesterday because I was printing parts of my red box.
Higher quality parts than the actual red box parts.
Well, yeah, well, the proper color. then this guy, right? Yeah.
I feel like lately I'm just using our stream as an excuse to play video games.
I've noticed that.
I think that's the third time I've done the bonus game at the end and ended up with the ladder that screwed me over.
I feel like I'm doing something wrong here.
Well, if Alan were here, he'd tell you, yes, you are doing something wrong.
This. All right, so he's actually got in the pictures, he has the bottom with the pretty side out too. I guess it depends on how high you're going to mount this thing on whether or not you can see inside. But with the hinge on there, I think I might have put the hinge on the wrong side, figuring that it was well, I guess really all I need to know is that I want the top feeding from the back. Because if I end up mounting the mosaic pallet, weirdly enough, it's going to be mounted to the ceiling. The second floor of my house is actually a half story. So part of the wall goes up like this because of the roof. So the rep box is going to mount like this on the wall, and then the pallet would be mounted up here. So that's good enough. I'll figure it out from there. But I may have to change how I put that hinge on there. It's too many things to do at once, and I'm not watching the chat now.
Glenn, do you have the seal kit? Is it for V1 or V2?
I have the seal kit, and it is a V2.
You gonna fill the bottom of it with desiccant?
I have the seal. Probably not.
Call it good enough?
Yeah. I just wanted the seal kit to keep the overspray off of it.
The stream isn't quite up to date enough that I can watch my gameplay on the stream. It's pretty close.
I thought this was James's Twitch channel. Can use cat litter as desiccant. Yep, that is true. Well, in fact, they sell cat litter that is desiccant.
Just make sure you're using the clean stuff. It's not the spot to be recycling.
Oh.
Why do your prints always smell like turds?
Can we do it the other way? Use it as desiccant, then after a while, use it as cat litter?
I don't see a problem with that.
Oh, God. I don't even know if I want to dignify this comment by reading it out loud. The seal kit makes the box sit in the corner and hum Kiss from a Rose. Singh says, looks like a lot of work is getting done. No, not really. If it honestly looks like a lot of work is getting done, then we've done something right.
I'm saving princesses. So now the thing I'm debating is, do I want to release the video on this right away? Or do I want to try and use one of these Arduino Pro Micros to build a miniature NES controller? So that it's got one that's like the same size as or that's appropriately scaled to the box. Because I could do it. It'll be completely useless, but...
Tiny little button.
Yep. I have a bag of tiny little buttons, well, not specifically for it, but for this type of work. I'd show them to you, but I'm in the middle of something here.
Yeah, I see. I see you're very busy.
Got to get this work done, you know?
Yeah, I think some of these instructions are outdated because it's telling me to figure out which, if I want a bottom panel with holes or without holes, and both my bottom panels have holes. And there is Moses sliding in with a $49.99 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. It's greatly appreciated. And he says, how's 2021 going so far? Well, as long as I keep to myself and don't read the news, it's going great. I guess stream-wise for 2021, we've done pretty good.
So far, we're 100%.
Well, last week we had a little bit of technical difficulty with your camera showing you upside down.
I think that was the week before, wasn't it?
Was it the week before?
I don't know.
But today was fully success with no
hiccups,
no issues. Yeah,
0 deaths. Oh, I knew I was done there.
Mark wants to know if you would sell those assembled/tested.
I would consider selling them assembled/tested, but they would not come with any of the software on them. You'd have to flash your own copy of RetroPie and all that jazz, because it's illegal to sell them with the software pre-set.
Yeah, that's kind of a gray area, isn't it?
Yep. So I don't need to get on Nintendo's radar. Don't need to get on the RetroPie support team's radar. I don't need to be on anybody's radar either. Or really.
No, radars are not a good place to be.
Nope. I done screwed up.
I feel like I'm missing parts. Maybe I'm reading the wrong instructions. No,
maybe the instruction you needed were the friends you made along the way. I done goofed. That was at the end of the level already.
So there's supposed to be a vinyl seal, and I don't see said vinyl seal.
Oh, the one that you used for the hinge?
Yeah. Is that what it is? The vinyl seal is a hinge? Because I have a metal hinge.
Oh. Well, maybe he's replaced it then. Mine's got a piece of vinyl across with adhesive, and that's what acts as the hinge on the bottom part.
Yeah, it goes between one of these and the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that must be what it is I have an actual piano hinge.
I didn't even know you could play the piano.
Everybody can play the piano. It's just how well you can play it.
I don't know where any of the hidden stuff is in this level, so I'm literally just jumping around trying to hit invisible blocks.
Mitch says, I have a vinyl hinge V1 with seal kit. Well, and that might be what it is, but I mean, this clearly says that it's the Repbox V2 build guide.
Oh, you accidentally got the V3.
Well, there's a 2.1. I don't know. There's a couple of them now, but
looking for that hidden block. Unless it's.
But then the other thing is, I mean, there's a couple of these pieces that look the same, but the holes don't line up with the hinge. And I know Pooch is better than that, so it's got to be something I'm not doing right.
Yes, it's the Pooch that is not wrong.
Oh, I see. So then maybe this piece that I have in here isn't the right one. All right. See, I don't even remember what instructions I was following when I started this, and that was many, many moons ago. I got the Fun King special. One out of every 3 parts is missing.
That is fun.
No, I think it's just a documentation situation.
What if it's PEBCAC?
Pepcac?
Problem exists between keyboard and chair?
Oh, yeah. Most likely. I can't see that screw. I got to put on my super goggles.
From Uncle Ron?
From Uncle Ron. Uncle Ron knows how blind I am.
How blind are you?
Well, at least this blind.
Oh, screwed up the jump. I blame you.
It's totally my fault.
Moses says, everyone tells me you can make money on YouTube streams. I've been joining streams for months and I've been losing money.
Well, that's no different than, the shake diet. I went on that shake diet. I didn't lose any weight, and my Dairy Queen bill was excessive.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
No, you can't even make money on YouTube going on YouTube.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
People, you should be releasing all your designs for free because of all the YouTube revenue. I'm like, I've broken even on 1 YouTube video so far, maybe 2.
I'm only getting close to that because Moses is awesome.
It's true.
Even though I have to share half of that with James. But really, I'm only sending him the Canadian cut, so I still make a little more.
Womp womp.
You know what I think it was? I think when I started this project before, because I hadn't printed out the pieces yet, I jumped ahead to a part where I didn't need the printed pieces. I think that's why none of this is making sense, because I didn't follow the constructions.
I'm pretty sure I just went clean through a platform, so I blame the game for that death. I blame everybody but myself.
Well, that's the way you should do it. All right, so we're going to have a bottom piece with the holes facing forward.
Okay.
I think. Well, you got to think about this, because if the top ones are in the back, you'd want the front ones or the bottom ones in the front. Otherwise, you're going to have to reverse the roll of filament, or it'll be pulling weird. So then, do I go in the back on the bottom? Yeah. I want to go in the back on the bottom and the front on the top. No, I can't make up my mind.
Just do the first one that you said.
I don't remember what that was.
I didn't either. That's why I had to gamble.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch the stream.
How'd your stream go? Well, I played Super Mario and Glenn stood there holding the same piece of wood for 2 hours.
Story of my life.
Oh my.
All right, we're going to go back on the top and front on the bottom. Here's my thought, because if it's feeding out to the pallet that's going to be above it, it would be best to come up and around to the bottom of the pallet. But if I end up putting it over here, I just want it to come down to the printer. So that's it. Decision's made. Bottom, front.
They said that decision would never be made, and you did it.
Stop arguing with me.
This game is so ridiculous for how easy it is to get lives. Like, I've died several times and I have 20 lives left at this point.
This has got to be it's got to be a 2-0. It can't be a 2-1. I say that, but maybe it is a 2-1. I'm going to go in and look at the assembly on 2-1. See if it makes more sense to me.
It makes less sense.
But first, I'm going to enjoy a delicious, delicious sip of Coke Zero. And then have it choke me because I'm being a smartass.
So I don't know how we got into this, but last night we somehow got into watching reruns of Price is Right from the 80s. And trying to think of how much things cost back then versus now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this car. And I'm like, $12,000, $4,995.
Yeah,
What?
$3,000. Oh, did you ever see that documentary about the guy who
The Perfect Score or whatever it was?
Yeah. Like, I mean, he just memorized product prices.
Well, because he figured out they repeated prizes, right? Like that was
Yeah. They always like the cars always had the same options, and it was always the same brand of refrigerator, and it's definitely a rep box too, because it says so, right? Right. Right there. I'm gonna die from Coke Zero after saying nice things about it.
The other thing too is the episodes we've been watching were over the course of 4 years in the 80s, and they kept advertising it's an oven, but it's also a microwave. So you can set it to like microwave things or like regular cook things, or you can have it microwave something first and then like finish cooking it in the by switching from the microwave to the oven. I was like, I don't even think that's a thing anymore. Couldn't find anything. Well, searching a microwave oven now is literally just a microwave.
Right?
Yeah.
Radar range.
Radar range. Sounds like a MASH spinoff.
Matt said, "There's your problem. You got the Rep 2 box. Oh, it's a knockoff." So I bought this. It would have been. It was after the last Earth, so that would have been Earth 2018. So I would have bought this in December, January, between 18 and 19. That's how long I've had this and haven't put it together.
I knew I was done there.
Oh, see, now these constructions are starting to make a little bit more sense.
Does it turn out yours is just ahead of the times?
Well, it may have turned out because it was a situation where if your box shipped before December of 19, then it was a 2. All right, so that's what it was. I ordered it before December, but I may have, gotten that nudge. Here's a 2-1. Grab one of the top / base panels, part 4, and start by filling all its exit holes with plugs.
It's the Bowden couplers.
This is much easier to do when it's laying on a flat surface. So better to do it now. You can always add or remove them later to install exit fittings as needed. Okay, so woo, that's a lot of plugs. All right, so the thing is this is step 3 though. Step 1 is to make sure you've completed pre-assembly steps. just gonna do that.
It's like they didn't even target this device at makers.
Fitting. What do you mean?
But follow the instructions.
Right, yeah, make sure you follow the Yeah, whatever. You're lucky I'm reading the constructions at all.
You know, my favorite thing is the number of times it pops up on Reddit where somebody's like, "I just bought the Prusa Mark III S, and I'm having all sorts of problems with it." And then they post pictures, and like you can tell by the way the wire management stuff's done that they didn't follow the instructions at all.
Oh yeah, and those instructions are so well done.
Well, and now they've got basically people will respond and be like, tear apart the printer completely, start from scratch, and follow the instructions, and then you won't have these problems.
I might just leave all these plugs in all the holes and not actually use this thing for feeding filament. Maybe I'll just use it for storing filament. Oh, look, it's beautiful.
I like how this level just has Mario flying through the open air, shooting birds that aren't bothering anybody. Like, oh, this bird's flying towards me.
All right, now it says flip your base panel over so the unfinished side is facing up. Grab both outside triangle guides and line up on either. So that must be part of the pre-assembly. Oh.
Good job,
right, let me go see what it says in pre-assembly, because I have all of these corners that you have to jam nuts into.
Oh my!
And and I didn't do it. It's got air holes. Keep the cat in it. She'd probably like that.
The hardest part about doing this on a stream is I get invincibility, and then I try to play the invincibility music in my head to figure out when it's going to wear off. So I get like dun 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 dun. That's the Mario Land invincibility music. This is the last level, by the way. It's a very short game.
If you opted to print your own 3D parts, you can find the STLs you'll need and instructions on printing here. Which that all went fine. I got this lovely handle, which this is really cool the way that he did this too, where the key just fits inside of there, and that's what acts as the handle. That's pretty genius. But the only thing was printing that. When I printed that latch and I printed it at 0.2, and it said that it's best to print it at a 0.15 or a 0.1. So I printed a second one so it wasn't so steppy. Take the time to inspect your 3D printed parts now and clean out any strings, debris. Oh man, there's always work to do.
Yep.
Never just do the fun part.
Hey, look, I got the princess.
So this little tool right here, it's a weeding tool for doing vinyl graphics, which it's really a dental pick. I suppose I should just try jamming the nut in there and see if I really got to bother cleaning it up. The prints might be okay.
Well, as long as you didn't print them on the FK1, I'm sure they're fine.
No comment. No, these came off the Prusa.
Everything you print comes off the Prusa?
Pretty much. Well, I mean, the FK1 came off the Prusa.
That's true. That is true.
Yep.
From these humble beginnings.
Between the Prusa and openbuilds.com. OpenBuilds, I don't know if they've released, I haven't checked like lately, but they are working on a plasma cutter table. Oh my gosh.
3D printing nerd.
It's not even the $20 that excites me. It's the fact that Joel is here. Hello, brother. Thank you so much for the $20 in milkshakes. Even though I'm diabetic, so I'm gonna have to get it all to James Knox.
That's okay. I'll handle bringing all the boys to the yard. Thanks, Joel.
It's exciting to have you pop in, Joel. On a day when I'm like super busy working on a project and not paying attention to chat. Usually I sit here and do not much of anything.
It's true.
Yeah, I have to put my super goggles back on. I can't see to even press these in. Oh.
It's literally just me hanging out playing Mario. What is 3D printing?
Well, it's a lot of time assembling a rep box that, unless I set up a new camera, nobody's ever going to get to see it.
I am doing burn-in testing on my miniature Nintendo to make sure it's not going to melt under like intense use. It's important, you know?
Well, that's right. You don't want it failing later.
I don't want people messaging me like, I wasted $8 worth of filament printing this and now it's melted.
So I got a text message from one of the Andrews from Gloop this week that he was in town. But unfortunately, he didn't text me until he was already here for a while, and just time-wise wasn't going to work out for us to get together. But
Mitch, I'm using the warp zones because we're short on time. I'm going for quantity over quality.
Short on time. Yeah, we only got like another hour left.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Mario games.
Holy cow, I can't believe an hour has already gone by. I haven't gotten anything done.
I beat Mario Land. Just call me Peg Leg Paul.
He's not in the room.
Excellent.
I made him go take a shower. He smells bad.
Unsurprising.
So there was somebody had tweeted out, and Kathy O'Malley had shared it. Somebody looking to release cat products in the U.S. and they wanted to know, if you had cats, could you take this survey? Which, holy cow, that was a long survey. But I mean, I used to get paid to take surveys like that. But it said, to help reduce cat odor in your house. And I'm like, well, can you reduce teenage boy odor in my house?
Kay's cooking. I can smell something delicious from upstairs.
I don't ever remember smelling like a teenage boy. Sure I did, but I don't remember it.
Getting all the coins now. Also, I don't know if I said thanks to Moses for the donation. So thank you.
Probably not. You're kind of rude and just playing video games.
It's true.
Did you tell Joel thanks for the donation?
Thanks, Joel. I think I said thanks to Joel.
He's probably gone already. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there he's leaving.
Is he?
Yeah, bye, Joel. Thanks for being here. It hurts my heart when you come in because it reminds me that we haven't seen each other in far too long, and this is killing me.
Killing you softly?
No, it's killing me loudly. We need the Murphs and the Earths and the Maker Fairs. I'm a guy that doesn't ever go anywhere, doesn't get out into public, and then I need my people.
So, the arcade for two, the design I've been working to finalize so other people can build it. I'm debating, instead of releasing it full on for free, I'm debating putting it up. Not putting it up. I'm debating setting up so anybody that donates to Kevin's Cancer GoFundMe, no matter what the amount, they can email me and I'll send them the files.
I think that's a cool plan.
That's because originally I was going to put it up on my site for sale and then try and have it so it's like whatever you want to pay. But Kay pointed out that if we do it that way, then any of the money that comes in through it, even if I'm donating it, we'll have to pay the taxes on it.
It's technically income, right?
Yeah. So I'd rather have all the money go to him and not have to worry about keeping a section of it for taxes or whatever, and make it less complicated. So basically donate to the GoFundMe, send me an email, and that's it. And yeah.
Mark has asked about my awesome new glasses. I don't know if they're technically jewelers glasses. They are eyeglass bracket / headband interchangeable magnifier with 2 LED upgraded version. 2 hands can be used. That's what it says right here.
Well, you have 2 hands.
But what if you only have 1 hand? Can 2 hands still be used?
Up to 2.
It doesn't say that. It says 2 hands can be used. Uncle Ron sent these to me. I mean, I guess they could be jewelers, but they came with a whole plethora of different magnification lenses. These are the easiest. I think if I went stronger than this, I would get dizzy. But he had bought himself a set for weeding vinyl, and then when I put my second pair of glasses on the other day, it made him think, and then the second hand doesn't have to be yours.
Very romantic.
What's really scary is when you put them on, another arm comes out of the box and helps you do stuff.
It's like something from the Addams Family. Da, 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 da,
yeah, I don't know. Like if I wear them without my glasses, I guess, yeah. It's like they're too close to my nose. I just got to get used to them, I guess.
I will never be one of the people that can speed run this game. I'm one of the people that watches other people speed run this game, and I flinch when they're doing stuff. And they're like, oh. Flying fish.
Print an extra hand. Robbie Mac's in the room.
Return of the Mac.
So we have a John Mac and a Robbie Mac. Lots of Macs.
We're maximizing here.
We're maxed out.
Oh. Got him. There we go. I've beaten 2 Mario games and we're only down an hour. Let's do Mario 3 as well.
Hey, Pooch actually includes a Allen key.
A Mickey?
A him key. A him key in here. I didn't realize that it came with one. I mean, I have my own, but again, nice of them. Very thorough, good thinking. Poppy Ron is here. Oculus should have a mod so you can have a close-up camera so you're not breaking your neck to see what you're working on. That would be pretty amazing. Almost like just like an augmented reality, but yet you could zoom with X-ray vision.
Snap back to reality.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Boom! I did print an extra one just because 13 is a weird number to print.
Oh, crap. I said crap again. We're going to get demonetized.
Yeah. We did last week. And then I had to put it in for manual review, and they're like, congratulations, your stream qualifies. It's like, no doubt. Tired of their stuff. Always censoring.
Always censoring.
I mean, honestly, of all the channels on YouTube, don't you think that mine would just be the one where they're like, yeah, it's safe? he only makes weird innuendo jokes once in a while, and the Canadian drops the F-bomb once every couple of years.
Ever since they got rid of that troublemaking Xander kid, it was causing all the problems.
Yeah, he wasn't real excited when I told him yesterday that he needed to film the Maker Box video. He's like, really? So I finally told him, I said, if you want to retire, it's fine. Zach and I will do them. But I don't know if any of you guys watched that video. Probably not, and I don't blame you. But no. When I went back and watched it, it actually made me chuckle. Like, I knew what I said and I knew what I did, but it just still made me chuckle. I'm my own biggest fan.
You have your own OnlyFans page and you're the only subscriber?
Yeah. But I'm the top subscriber.
This is how I always guarantee myself victory, by just harvesting a bunch of lives here before I move on with the rest of the game. If you could, you'd load the deck for yourself too.
Bracket preparation is absolutely critical to a frustration-free and successful build. The time you invest now in making sure everything fits well and threads properly will make assembly go so much smoother and prevent possible damage to your brackets or wet box.
Starting to run low on time. So weird having to manually watch that since I'm not playing with sound, so I don't hear the music go the do. Let's do 1, 2, 3.
Bottom corners get 3.
It's a star.
Man, that's a lot of work, man.
Just use duct tape. Builder's Mark would like to know if that computer is working out for your son.
It is working fantastically. But still, don't ever buy anything from that company. I'm still awaiting the $50 Amazon gift cards that were promised.
That's after you leave them a 5-star review.
No, it's actually supposed to be to make up for the fact that they crashed out on the
shipping date.
Yeah, on the Christmas guarantee. So, no, I told Xander that it was coming, and I technically have already given it to him. Because I felt he waited, so really it's his gift card. So if they don't come through, I have to eat it, but I will just spend the rest of my days making sure that everybody on the planet knows how terrible of a company it is, which I might just do that anyway. But no, the PC is really nice. I mean, it was put together well. It runs really well for him. He loves the fact that he doesn't have to check minimum requirements. He can just run whatever he wants. He thinks it's pretty funny. I did try to explain to him, though, that will only hold up for
20 minutes.
Yeah, a couple of weeks, and then
right back to checking for minimum system requirements. I have a friend that completed that new Cyberpunk game.
Yeah.
Like, how many glitches are here? He's like, only 4. And then his fiance is like, you fell through the world a lot, though.
Yeah, but that's only one glitch.
Yeah. It was just all the time.
Right. If the same glitch happens over and over again, it's still the same glitch. I'm so afraid that I'm going to push that screwdriver through my hand. Good tolerance on these prints.
Ollie's here.
Ollie! Good stuff, cheap.
Ollie.
Do you guys have those?
What?
Ollie's?
No.
Stores? Ollie's?
Nope.
You guys have Big Lots?
I don't think so.
All right. So, I mean, Big Lots and Ollie's are pretty much the same thing, but it's companies who buy out other companies, like stores that are going out of business or
Oh yeah,
overstocks or whatever.
we had a place like that here for a while called Treasure Hunt, and it was all like stuff that companies had were trying to liquidate essentially. And it's like, oh, this wasn't worth it to me when it was $30, but now that it's $3, almost.
Right. Well, the only thing with when you go into Ollie's, the only thing you gotta be careful with is like buying like cereal and stuff. You got to make sure it's not expired.
Expired.
Yeah.
It's like this will only give you a little bit of the bubonic plague. It's fine. Dun 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 dun. Oh, screwed up the very first step. I blame Glenn.
That's fair.
I blame Glenny. You already know. I'm gonna do like a 24-hour live stream at some point where I just see how many of the Mario games I can beat.
Well, Xander and I are still talking about doing that gaming marathon stream, but I don't think I can do 24 hours. I get way too goofy when I'm tired. It could be really bad for me.
And your channel?
Yeah. And then, you know, with his move to Twitch now, you know, he's all about Twitch, and he's like done with YouTube, and he's going to just go Twitch. And I'm like, dude, that's not what you want to do. I said, you should use StreamYard and dual stream for a while.
Diversity.
And I'm, well, why give up on all the subscribers that he's already got on YouTube? I said, there's going to be people that don't want to move to Twitch. You know, like they would rather just watch it on YouTube. So Uncle Ron said it could be fun for the rest of us. Yeah, but it could be the end of my YouTube career.
You have a YouTube career?
Well, it feels like work, so.
What, just being here with me?
Yes.
What are you, my wife?
No, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, including your wife.
Oh my.
So I said bottom, front, and top, back, right?
Something like that. Yeah, you said bottom, back, and front, top.
No, don't start messing with me, man. That's not even funny. How is that going to work? I don't understand how that's going to work. Unless that's not the right piece. That's not the right piece. That makes way more sense now. Doesn't match the one in the picture, but it's the only ones that I have. So,
Uncle Ron says you just do the stream from your son's account so that he gets banned when you go goofy. The huge cannon.
I don't know about this.
Spin the middle side topwise, says Little Wee Toes.
What?
Spin the middle side topwise.
That doesn't make any sense to me unless he's talking to you.
Or he's just being funny. I'm not going to swim under the boat. I'm too proud. Oh, I missed the jump. I'm too proud. I will stay up here over the sea. Just think, there are more airplanes in the sea than there are boats in the sky.
That is very true.
Just think the swimming pools on the Titanic still work.
There wasn't any swimming pools on the Titanic.
Sure,
There are now, but
duct tape. Woo.
Ollie said, I finished building my MK3S Plus. It prints amazingly. It's almost boring not having to calibrate or mod anything, right? Like, it's the only reason that you buy another printer is so that you can
Have a
modify.
project.
These holes do not line up very nicely.
The other day.
It must have been hand drilled, not laser cut. Duct tape, glue, and a big hammer makes it all fit together. That's right. If it don't force, or if it don't fit, don't force it. Use a bigger hammer. I guess if I would have like read all of the directions before I started, so I would have kind of known where this was going, it would make more sense to me. But
So, do you know the kid show Arthur?
yeah. The little red guy. Isn't he brown or red?
I don't know. He's some sort of animal, I think.
Yeah.
Apparently that show got canceled, and there's lots of parents and stuff that are celebrating that's been canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know there was like a hate culture around it, but apparently.
I never watched that one.
Yeah.
The one that I still don't understand why it's even on TV is that Caillou show.
Oh wait, you know what? Sorry, it was Caillou, not Arthur. Caillou's been canceled, and people are celebrating.
Okay, I can totally understand that. He was the whiniest, nastiest little child ever.
But enough about Xander.
In fact, there used to be a thing, if you asked, I think it was Google, if you asked Google why Caillou had no hair, it would come back and it would say something about, Xander will know exactly what it said, something about how he was unworthy of love. I don't know. It was really funny. Everybody's saying Arthur's an aardvark.
Arthur the aardvark.
You guys know entirely too much about Arthur.
It's not that people know, it's who knows that's the problem. Let's see. So I need more one-ups.
Mitch said I can also name the My Little Pony characters, but we won't go that far. I've been corrected. The Titanic had a swimming pool.
Ollie said that I've played this game before, which is what got me killed.
Because you played it before?
Yep. He jinxed me. Wow. I'm just falling off everything. We need to find a third co-host to fill in the awkward silences when you're concentrating and I'm concentrating.
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the hard part with two of us when we both have something going on. But it's like I haven't really had any projects lately, so then I haven't been working on anything.
Absolutely no part of that went well. Mitch says he wants to be the co-host.
We'll have you on, Mitch. Shoot me a. Well, you can send it to me in a DM on YouTube or on Twitter, and we'll get you scheduled to be on. That's no problem.
You're always welcome, except for that one time. with that one guy.
Well, I mean, we have that as an open invitation to anybody. I mean, if we decide that you're not a good fit, I'll just tell you, nah, I don't think you're a good fit.
Oh,
I mean, if you're not funny, you're not coming on here. Because somebody on this show needs to be funny.
Let's go.
John Clark said, "Did you guys see that Dutch kids show where the main character has a?"
I'm gonna be lazy about this.
What's that?
I said I'm getting lazy about this. I'm just gonna cheat, not cheat, but cheese the whole stage.
Yeah, so there's a Dutch kids TV show that all the parents are outraged about because he has this like monstrously long appendage. And people are like, I mean, why would you even think that's okay to make that?
I don't know what we're talking about now. What? I don't think I want to look this up. Or like, let me go Google that. But you know what? Let sleeping Googles lie.
I'll just do it in an incognito window or use DuckDuckGo. But yeah, it was. I don't know. It came across my news feed last week or so. But Sean Butler said I said he wasn't a good fit.
Oh crap! The sun.
Mitch said, I'm funny, but I can also be family friendly. But can you be funny and family friendly?
Crap. I
said it's a Danish show, not Dutch. All right, so the bottom center bracket gets one in there. And then one in there. It's time for a refreshing sip of
Coke Zero.
Needs to be colder. I have a little Coca-Cola refrigerator. It's like just
the
like
little USB one?
Huh?
Is it? Do you have the USB one?
No, it plugs into the wall.
Oh, I've got a USB Coke cooler that's big enough for one can.
Oh, this holds, I think, a whole 6-pack. But I quit running it because it was getting real sweaty and it was starting to drip out onto my desk. So
I'm so out of practice.
How in the world? I mean, I'm really bad about laying tools down and then forgetting where I put them. But I mean, this was on my desk. I haven't gone anywhere else.
Or have you?
Or have I? Dun dun dun. I have no idea if I'm doing this right. I mean, I'm following the constructions, but so far it really doesn't make any sense to me.
And then all of a sudden, everything will be fine. Okay, I'm going for the gust. Oh, I screwed up. I got nowhere to go now. Up here, maybe? This is inconvenient.
Yeah, and I don't want to give it away yet. It'll all happen in due time, but it looks like I have somebody that's going to rent my apartment.
Is it me?
They are known in the 3D printing community. Which is pretty cool.
I bet I could guess.
It's Joel. Joel's moving in with me.
Oh, I assumed it was going to be Angus.
That'd be pretty awesome. Xander and I spent a good amount of time talking with him when we were at New York Maker Faire in 2017. Yeah, this particular person is coming to visit just to kind of check it out. They would be moving from out of state.
I see.
So I said, come and see it and check it out and make sure it's what you want. And
I have never had trouble getting through this level.
Uncle Ron knows who it is. he just DM'd me. Walter. Carl said Shane is coming back. Shane only lives 15 minutes from here. But no, it's not Shane. I don't like that guy. I wouldn't let him live at my house. And then it would be pretty funny if it was Walter, but that would generally mean that his wife kicked him out unless his whole family was moving here. But
that's a funny story.
It's not that big of an apartment. Yeah, Uncle Ron, I'll have to tell you the story because it's really funny. I'll tell you the story too, James, but not here. I don't know if it's meant to go public, and this person hasn't actually 100% made the decision. So, then it says there's update rectangular washer for front exit panel reinforcement, but I don't have that. So I guess I have the crappy one.
Okay, I'm sending you a DM. Let's see how good I am.
You didn't have to retract that, Shane. So this Shane said something about not letting him stay there, but no, different Shane. Just the same old Shane.
It's always the same old Shane. It's disappointing, really. Did you get my DM?
That's correct. How did you know?
I'm smart. I don't want to tell everybody my processing logic here, because then they'll all be able to figure out who it was too.
Yeah. No, we'll talk about it after the fact.
I'm so Mario. You already Marino. That's how that song goes, right?
Sure.
It is Shane from Perugia. Same old, different Shane.
Same old, different Shane. Well, the funny part is now he's same old Shane, but he's Shane from Perugia again.
Same old Shane from Perugia.
Same old Shane, same old Perugia. And for the record, for those of you guys who don't know, I like Shane just fine. Shane to me is family. I don't know how that whole thing started, but I don't want anybody to think that we actually dislike each other.
Yeah, it's me that Shane can't stand.
That's right. Well, it's all Canadians.
It's true. He spits on the maple leaf.
Wipes his butt with it. And the way he says sorry.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Sorry.
I can do it. Oh, made it.
Was, wasn't, and is now. Whew. I feel like I have gotten like 0 place in an hour and a half.
I've made progress. Super progress.
Well, and what's disgruntling for me is, like, as a maker, I feel like I'm having a really hard time with these instructions, and I shouldn't. Like, I build stuff all the time. Why would I have trouble with this?
I named my cat after this guy. Bowser.
I kind of figured that. Oddly enough, Bowser is usually a dog's name.
See you later.
It's
Game
in
over.
English language, that's why it's complicated. I named a turtle Bowser. The turtle ran away, and I never found it.
I assumed he just jumped on it. So, do you know what the funniest part about this game is? So all I have to do to win the game now, the game's over, right, is go through the door. But you can also jump down the pit and just kill yourself at this point and not finish the game.
Oh, well, that's pleasant.
I don't want to do it, though, so I'm not going to. There we go. With a half an hour left to go, we've beaten 3 Mario games. Time for some refreshing Coke Zero.
Oh, is it Coke Zero time?
It's can ripened right from the can.
Be nice to pick up a sponsorship, but at the point that they can't afford to do Super Bowl commercials, I don't think they're going to sponsor us.
I wouldn't sponsor us.
Me either. Wait, we already do.
It's true. Doing this job has cost me more than you could possibly imagine. Okay, I'm going to crack into this box and fix that reset switch now. And as an added bonus, people get to see what the inside of this thing looks like. You can't spell bonus without bone.
Can't spell bonus without us.
Put it together.
Oh, I'll never see that one again.
Took off.
Yeah, I was holding it with the pliers and it snapped out of the end of the pliers and shot across the room.
If you love me, let me go. I'm looking for my T-handled hex wrench now because I've got one of the El Crapo ones, but I guess I can just do this.
Well, I hope Pooch included extra hardware.
He doesn't usually, but if he knew that one was going to you, he probably did.
Otherwise, I'll steal one out of my extra Prusa parts. Curious to know where he got square nuts from, though, because I'm having a hard time finding them. So I made everything take hex nuts.
Pieces are just falling off this thing.
Need Jolt Cola or Surge for a sponsorship.
I'll drink anything if there's money in it for me.
Uncle Ron said you guys charge more than the Super Bowl. No, but their return on investment for the Super Bowl would be far greater than anything that we could offer.
Did you see the thing? So Burger King was going into random Twitch streams and donating $5 so that they could do a text-to-speech message and advertising their product. And so all these streamers are like, you just basically stole sponsorship from me because you didn't offer me money. You just came in and all this other stuff. And it blew up to be this huge thing. And they're like trying to investigate, like, does this violate trade rules and stuff like that because of all these different things? So originally I designed this so that the wires were long enough that they could actually sit flat on their backs when it was open, and then the wires for I ended up wiring the fan into the 3.3 volts, so it'd be quieter Here's your Coke Zero sponsorship.
We just got a Coke Zero sponsorship from Mitch.
Feels about right. Not quite enough for both of us to have one.
We'll just have to we'll have to share.
Yeah.
like back when you were a kid, and like you'd share with your friend, you'd take a drink and then they'd take a drink and then you'd take a drink so that it was even.
Yep. And then by the end of it, you basically just made out with your friend.
Right. But you didn't think about it that way back then.
The other day.
Or did you? It feels good.
It feels pretty good. Squirrely Dan. I somehow lost the reset switch.
Will to live.
Yeah, a while ago.
Thank you, Mitch. That was. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't thank you because it was funny.
Yep. Thanks, Mitch. Oh, I just found it. It's pinned underneath one of the USB ports. It's like, why won't this USB port go back into place? So, some of the design things on here, the lid is hinged print in place. So, it does something the original NES Classic doesn't. The door actually opens. And the USB ports are like solder through ones that you'd use on like a motherboard. So I've actually designed slots so they just drop into place, and then there's a plastic piece up top that pins them down so they have nowhere to go. And so I did set it up so you could put a reset switch in here if you wanted to. Ultimately, I decided there's no real need for mine. So if you want to do a reset, it's just a 6mm, one of these little push buttons, and it just drops in here. Like so. And then the reset button's there. And Bob's your uncle. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Uncle Ron said I tried to do a zero sponsorship for Coke Zero, but it wouldn't let me do a zero. Well, no, of course not. YouTube wants their 30%, and 30% of zero is zero.
See, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. I think that's a song.
Eddie Murphy, wasn't it? Nothing from nothing.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something. If you want to drink with me, there.
All right, so we're gonna flip this over this way.
Now I just have to decide how I'm gonna pin that in place.
What's that?
Now I just have to decide how I'm gonna tack this in place because I'm out of glue. I could use heat, but I don't want to like attach it so permanently that if I decide I'm going to put a reset button into it later on, you know what I mean. And if you don't, then FIO.
That doesn't make any sense at all. Why would they have you do it like that?
Somebody should tweet at Repbox or at Pooch to come in the stream and help Glenn figure out his problems.
No, definitely don't do that.
Definitely do.
Oh, I see. Okay. Why would you do it like that? That's. I'm sure there's a reason for all of it. I just, I'm old and I don't understand things.
All these kids on my lawn.
No, I don't allow kids on my lawn. That's why I got a Red Ryder BB gun.
For the kids? I thought that was for squirrels.
No, it's keep kids off the lawn.
Okie dokie, hokey pokey.
Daisy, keeping kids off your lawn since 1947.
Because kids is dumb. I've got my glue gun here, but I don't have any extra sticks for it, and there's just a little bit of the previous stick still showing, so... Ah! There you go. A little camera wobble for cinematic effect.
Billy Preston, Nothing from Nothing, 1975. I'm fairly certain, though, that Eddie Murphy quoted that in Raw.
Raw is War.
Might not be in Raw. Might have been in Shrek for all I know.
And tomorrow morning, I'm making waffles.
But I can hear Eddie Murphy saying it. I never realized that there was a Shrek 4.
Shrek Ever After?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Shrek Forever After, yeah. Forever After.
For Never After.
But when we were at the resort for my company Christmas party, it was on TV, and I started watching it. And the Shrek movies have always cracked me up. And I'm like, I've never seen this one. So I had to go see it. Red Ryder is from 1938. Look, I'm sorry if I'm not spewing stuff that's correct. Maybe nobody used them to keep the kids off the lawn in 1938. I do have two Daisy Red Riders, though.
Red Ryder, yum.
Dead Rider. Red Rider, you shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah, Laurent said you'll put your eye out.
I know that this is going to be one of those projects where I think it's going to be such a big deal, and I think this is going to be the one that goes viral, and nobody's going to care.
See, I alleviated that by I just don't figure any of my videos will ever go viral.
I thought you alleviated by just not releasing videos anymore.
I released a video this year.
That's true, you did. You were one up on me. The last video I released was me laser engraving an ornament for Chris Riley.
Which was pretty awesome. Of course, it pertained to Chris Riley, and he's pretty awesome.
Don't tell him that.
Well, it's not like he comes in here.
Actually, it's weird. I don't remember the last time we saw him.
He'll show up now, though. It's like Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
Like Beetlejuice.
Ah. It's showtime. Also, I started recording dad jokes on TikTok. I do a dad joke a day now.
I don't have TikTok. I've completely banned it from my house. It's blocked through my router.
That's fair. One of your kids would do something on it and embarrass you.
Well, it's not so much what I'm afraid he'd do on it, it's what I'm afraid he's going to see on it.
Oh.
So I use a software product. I don't want to share the name of the product because I pay to use it. But it's a parental control software. But I also use it. I use it for the kids' Android devices, and then I also use it for the Android devices at work because it lets me very easily block what apps I don't want them to get into and stuff. And then it blocks when they install new apps. It blocks them automatically until I unblock them so that they're not installing a bunch of crap in there that they shouldn't be using.
Right.
So one of the new updates for this software lets you, like, you can get a copy of all of your child's text messages, emails, any pictures that they download, any pictures that they take with the camera. Yeah. And so I'm reading the description on this because it's a paid add-on, and I'm reading the description, and it says like it works with Facebook, Twitter, blah 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 blah, Tinder, blah blah, and I'm like,
Tinder.
Why would my child have Tinder on their device?
If I see stuff like that, I begin to question if they think that this is only going to be used for the quote-unquote target audience that they're saying, and if they are already thinking about, somebody could use this to catch a cheating ex or a cheating spouse.
Yeah, I suppose, because I reached out to him before I started using it for the company. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't violate their terms of service, and they were completely fine with it. The downside is if they try to do something that they're not allowed, it pops up and says, sorry, you got to ask your parents. So when I give the tablets out to the employees, I'm always like, I'm daddy. If it tells you to ask daddy for something, I'll know when you come to. So
I can't wait for the accidental harassment charges that you get for this later on.
Maybe, but no, I mean, it's a decent software. I just I can't imagine why my kid would have Tinder.
It's called Stepdad Detective. That's the name of the app.
Stepdad Detective.
Yep. Yeah. So there's the inside. So power comes in from here, goes to the switch in the front, which I put a little dab of hot glue just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Basically. Then power goes out to the board and through the 5-volt on the pins here. And then the additional USB are connected here, wired up to here. And then the fan is running on the 3.3 volt pins on the Pi, so it's not running at full speed and not loud. Because for most of what I'm going to be emulating with it, even running at a lower speed will be enough to keep it cool. Who's their daddy? Who even wants to admit to that?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, well, who's your daddy? But I know who his dad is. He's in the chat.
Software let the Letterkenny through. You had your dad go through your text messages the other day. I just realized that.
No, I don't let my kids watch Letterkenny either.
You're a bad dad.
Back in my day, we had AOL IM for dating. It's funny when somebody like Mitch says, back in my day.
Mitch is just a baby.
Just a wee lad. Yeah, back in my day, we used Yahoo Personals.
Back in your day, you used an abacus.
Get
abacuses.
I ended up meeting some really strange characters through Yahoo Personals. It only took about 3 dates worth of that to realize I wasn't where I wanted to be. Not 3 dates with the same person, 3 different ladies. It only took 1 date each to realize that wasn't where I wanted to be.
It's funny. It only took 1 date with you for them to realize that's not where they wanted to be.
Probably. Well, okay, so one of them met me at a club, and it was a club that my friends and I regularly went to anyway. So she decides to meet us there, but afterwards, she had booked a hotel room in Daytona, which out of Orlando is a good hour and a half or so. And then so she said, "Hey, after we leave the club, if you want, you can go to the hotel with me, and then I'll drive you home the next day." Well, what she also didn't tell me was she brought her laundry. And when we're almost to my house, she's like, "Do you mind if I do some laundry?"
And how long have you guys been married now?
No, meeting my wife was awesome. She actually worked for a company that was a client of mine. But I met her right at the point that we had fired that client. We weren't going to work with that client anymore because the owner was a real jerk. And then new people bought the company, and she called us back for service and was talking to my business partner, and he's like, "Oh, they want to come on." I'm like, "No, I'm never doing work with them again." And then he's like, "Well, it's new owners." And I'm like, "Okay." So, and then before long we were dating, and then eventually we got married and had children, and she still puts up with me. That's how you lose a kidney in Daytona.
Well, wonders never cease.
Okay,
so now she's complete again, right down to the working power light. And a non-functional but seems like it functions reset button now. Listen to that clickiness.
That is some nice clickiness.
Yep.
Decision point. Choose what side you want your base exit holes to be positioned at, front or rear. I thought we already made that decision like 13 steps ago.
You thought wrong. When you assume you make an ass out of you.
We decided bottom front. Surprised I didn't write that on a Post-it note.
Do you think too much of my life revolves around video games and ways to play them?
Hey, you know, whatever it takes, man. All right, so
this is my. I've done this demo before, but in case somebody wasn't here, this is my new NES Classic Mini. So it's a miniature version, not of the original Nintendo, but of the NES Classic. And there's the actual NES Classic from Nintendo. The size difference is a thing that exists.
That cannot be right. It cannot be right.
Oh, so
okay.
The other cool thing is, because it's got Bluetooth, I can connect a Bluetooth keyboard to it, and you know, assuming this is actually going to work, looks like it is. Connect a Bluetooth keyboard to it, and then I can go to stuff like, where's DOSBox? DOS. This keyboard's too small, by the way, so.
Has 2 riv nuts downward through the finished side of the inside exit panel. I don't have no riv nuts. What they talking about, riv nuts?
Slash home slash pi slash retro pi slash ROMs slash crap PC slash DOS PC.
Hello, Greg.
Gotta look up the directory now. I don't remember for sure what the path was. Isn't that the way it goes?
And then it says, connect the rear panel to the base assembly as shown here. But it doesn't actually show that.
Classic Pooch.
Oh, the hinge is on the top. It hinges open, not down. Guess that makes sense. Oh, this is a video. It just didn't load.
Huh.
And then all the videos are in fast forward, which is awesome. Because nobody really wants to sit around watching videos that are that slow. Like this one that you're watching. Mitch said Epic Pinball was his favorite DOS game. I loved Epic Pinball.
I loved Commander Keen, as he mentioned for his first one.
Yeah. All the good stuff that they don't make anymore.
Mount. Wow. Typing on this keyboard is not fun. Mount C. Then we're going /home /pi /retro pi /ROMs /PC /DOS PC. And then we can go here, and we can do this.
All right, so this video, they've got the panels laid out like this, and it says the configuration shown here has the exit holes to the rear, plugged holes closest to the rear of the panel. And then it's like, connect the rear panel base assembly as shown here. And all of a sudden the guy, and it's probably Pooch, it does look like Pooch's hands, like picks them up and like flips them 14 different ways to put them together.
Frickin' Alan.
It's like, why lay them out like that if you're just going to move them all around? All right, so
why wouldn't you? Now I need to get some games on here. Do I still have a copy of Commander Keen available? Let's find out.
Bless you.
Epic Guy has a new counter pet game that looks interesting. Which game is it? I'm drawing a blank on the name right now.
Flange B and tab C held by screw. Nah, just duct tape it.
Open file location. Games. Here we go. I'll leave out the one with the questionable name on it.
That's probably nice.
I'm a man of the people. Let's go to... here. 10.0. Nope. We only have 5 minutes left.
The stream went really fast. That's what happens when I have projects to work on.
Look at how much work you got done.
Not enough. And the thing is, if I leave this thing sit until next week and don't work on it, then I'm going to forget what's going on by next week.
This be a repeat of this week?
Yeah. I'll be like, all right, I have to go back to step one and remember what was going on. Did make some pretty good progress cleaning in the garage this week, though.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I need to find some pallet racking is what I need to find. If I could find like I don't know, like 16 feet worth of pallet, like actual pallet racking, 12 feet tall, would be awesome. Yep. And I mean, I can find it. I just need to find it affordably. Still offering up a bounty for anybody that comes up with a good thumbnail that we can use for these streams. And it doesn't matter what country you're in, I'll figure out a bounty for your country. What is the bounty? I haven't really decided yet. I suppose it depends on how good the thumbnail is. I've seen your Photoshop skills, don't bother. Yeah,
what did he say?
He said, but I didn't put effort into any of those.
That's the best way to get ahead in life. Okay. Launch DOS one more time. We'll do a... I tried to automate the mounting of the new folders, the C drive, but it just crashed out. So U mount, no, sorry, just mount -U C. Then we're gonna do a mount C. Then we're /home /pi /retro pi /roms /pc /dosh pc. Okay, let's go take a look and see what we've got on the C drive for the last 2 minutes. Games, DR. Keen 4. DR key4e.exe, I believe is the name.
That name is familiar, but I can't remember the game itself. I mean, I'm sure you're going to pull it up, and then I'll go, oh, yeah.
I have no idea how much of the screen is showing right now. Oh, perfect. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Is there a game called EverQuest?
Yeah, it's an old MMORPG.
Wondering if that was the one with the owl.
Look at me. I'm on a bungee, what a pogo stick. Couldn't remember the name of it for a second.
A bungee pogo stick?
A bungee bar.
Bungee bar.
Give me that chocolate bar and fat.
Like all of a sudden everybody stopped talking in the chat, or the chat broke, or we went offline, or I don't know.
They've silenced us. I like ray guns. You already know.
Nothing like a good cross thread in the morning.
It's almost as good as the smell of napalm, right?
That's right.
Keen enters the Shadowlands.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Boop 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 doo 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 doo.
Times were so much simpler back then.
Back in my day,
I'd be up at dawn, maybe watering the lawn, or even
maybe going fishing again. And Mom would be fixing up something in the kitchen, fresh biscuits or
hot apple pie.
And I'd spend all day long in the basement.
Torturing rats with a hacksaw, or
And
pulling
pulling
the
the
wings off of flies.
Those were the good old days. Hey, do you remember Sweet Michelle?
Yeah.
She was my high school romance.
She was fun to talk to and nice to smell, so I took her to the homecoming dance.
We should probably stop. We're gonna get you demonetized, and you're gonna deserve it.
I don't know. Can you for speaking the lyrics?
I mean, it's a song nobody here knows, so they're just like freaking psychopaths.
This is gold. Yeah, I remember I tied her to a chair and I shaved off all her hair and I left her in a desert all alone.
I mean, sometimes in my dreams, I can still hear her screams, and I wonder if she ever made it home. I tell you.
Those were the good old days. Sandra's over here trying to...
I recognize this song.
It's Weird Al Yankovic.
Back in my day, we didn't have the fancy Need for Speed games with all the fancy cars and whatnot. So we had stunts 4D racing, and I just go in here and find the one that has the bar that points the furthest straight up, and that's the car I'd go with.
Another game that I really liked from back in that era. And again, Matt might remember this game.
Look at me go.
I don't know, was it called Drag Race but like you had to build up your car and then you would race for pink slips.
So you're drawing a vague memory, and I know that I've played it at some point because you'd buy like upgrade stuff and then like drop them onto the car, right?
Parts for the car and stuff, and like the Am I the only old person you know? Why are you calling? Because we used to hang out together, Matt, and did like the same things. But yeah, they had a Fury, a Plymouth Fury, which was a really cheap one to start with. Like you'd buy the car out of the junkyard or something, and then yeah, you kept upgrading the parts on it and stuff. In fact, that was the first game that I ever learned how to hack it myself and cheat to have more money in it, so I could buy whatever I wanted. And it turned out that the amount of money that you had was written in 2 chunks in the hex code, but it was backwards. So like if you had $1,350, it was written as 5013, but in hex. What was that game called, Matt? God, that was a million years ago.
Look at me go. I'm the fastest thing alive. I'm the blue streak that speeds by.
Am I the only old person you know? Yeah, see, back in those days, there were only 10 different video games you could buy. So I'll have to Google.
We'll see if anybody's paying attention to the name I just put in for the high score. Oh, okay. So, no, for a second I didn't think it showed up right.
I can't see it. Oh.
Now I gotta go look up this game that you're talking about.
Matt's Googling it. Or he says he's got to Google. I don't know if he's gonna. Between that and you editing the little guy in Paint program, so he held up a sign that said, "I'm not wearing pants."
Street Rod 2.
Street Rod. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it probably wasn't 2. It was probably the original one.
Let me see if I can find a copy of it quick.
Oh, that was a million years ago.
I loved that game.
I did too, mainly after I figured out how to cheat it and get all the money I wanted so that I could just buy all the parts I wanted.
Okay, let's see. So
24/7 Hinky said, just bought gas boot struts 8mm, cheaper than buying 3D printer rods, making another. That's a great idea.
what was it?
The gas struts for the hatch,
Oh, right.
for the 8mm rods out of them. And as much automotive work as I do, I've thrown away tons of those and never thought about using that.
Let's see. Street Rod. Okay. Well, I swore I wasn't going to do this again today, but because it's for Glenn.
Well, we're technically over time, and we can't be here too much longer because Xander is streaming today. What time are you streaming, Xander?
Yeah.
What time are you streaming?
6:30.
6:30? Twitch or YouTube?
Twitch.
Twitch. So that's Twitch TV / Pegleg Paul with an underscore at the end because somebody already had Pegleg Paul.
Sounds like he's being very original.
Sounds like he wasn't quick enough to get there.
It's true. I was very surprised when I got print and play on YouTube. Okay, so let's see. /home /pi /retro pi /roms /pc /dos pc. That's going to be mounted to the C drive. And C, and then games.
Matt said, yep, that's the game, DOS emulation time.
CD games, CD
Build yourself a retro pod.
C Street Rod.
No, actually, Ron, we have to pay time and a half for overtime. We're just making up for being late.
And start. Let's do VGA graphics. I'm feeling fancy.
Ooh, California dreams.
that look right?
That absolutely looks right.
Okay. Oh, by Logical Designs. What color is the car icon on page 4?
Red.
Red. 3. And Glenn, but with one N.
Well, he's here, or he was anyway.
Okay. Youth killed drag racing. Cops vow speeding crackdown. Let's go to the garage, I guess.
DOSBox is more readily available.
DOSBox. Well, I mean, this is under DOSBox. Okay.
Anti-piracy.
So I
Yeah,
gotta go.
have the book. I
Check
remember when the games would come with a sheet, that you needed to play the game, but it would be red with black writing, so you couldn't photocopy it.
I think this is all. Okay, so let's do the 1940 Chevrolet two-door coupe auto. It runs good. Let's go see it.
Oh my God, this is so nostalgic, man.
It's mine. I bought it. Okay. Now we gotta give it a new paint job.
Now you gotta remember what to do with it.
Let's do blue and go ahead. Perfect. What can we do to it? The roof? No. Pop the hood. And parts. You got no spare carburetor.
No, you have to go to the paper or something and buy it.
I think tuning's good, right? Is that how?
I don't know. I can't really see.
So we can advance or retard the. But there's a red dot, so I'm assuming it's already good. So let's see.
Well, that red dot might just be 0, but I can't remember. Matt says, I know what I'm doing the rest of the night.
98 miles per hour. What do you got out here?
Mitch said nitrous and an ECU tune.
I'm trying to see what can we click on here. We can do stuff to the roof. We can chop off the roof for $70.
Yeah, you top to top.
There we go. Now it's lower. It's gonna be faster. It's more gooder. Change tires. You got no spare tires, dummy.
No, there's like a newspaper or something somewhere.
Yeah, right here, and then auto parts.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't remember. Oh, okay, so I got $260 left.
Needs more carbon fiber. Needs a big wing on the back.
I already forgot what vehicle we bought.
It was a Chevy something.
Not much here for me.
Might be too early in the game.
So how do we race it? Point back here. Hit the street. Cruising in town.
Man, those are some outrageous graphics. All right, we really do got to wrap this up. That boy's going live in like 15 minutes. Otherwise, I just have to mute my mic and not say anything for the rest of the stream.
Let's call my... Okay, well, I'm going to see if I can get us a race real quick. Click the challenger. Let's drag race for $50. No way, you nerd. Okay. For $10. Let's hit it. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do now. Oh, not that.
I think.
I think we lost.
Yeah, I would say so. That guy was over the finish line before you took off.
I'm in neutral right now. How do you shift? I have to look up instructions, aren't I?
So my red box is somewhat three-dimensional now.
That's 2 more dimensions than before.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in this week. We had a great time. I know I didn't pay much attention to chat today, but that's because I actually had a project to do. It will likely still be sitting on this bench next week because I probably won't touch it through the rest of the week, but that's okay. It gives me something to do next week as well. But thank you guys for showing up, for being here. These streams would be absolutely useless without you guys. and we need you here for that. Love the conversation that we always have.
Yep.
Huge shout out to Loyal Moses, Joel,
and Mitch.
Is it Joel? Is his name? Joel.
Yeah.
Joel.
3D printing noob, 3D printing guy.
Guy. Yeah, I think it's Guy.
Yeah.
No, big thanks to Joel. Thanks to Mitch 3D for you guys plunking down the cash. It's always greatly appreciated. James and I will we'll take that money and fly to Vegas and have a great time with it.
Absolutely.
Someday when they let us fly again.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's really all I have for you guys. If you didn't watch the unboxing of the MakerBox this week, go back and watch that because I want your views. But also at least watch the opening because I thought it was pretty funny. I think that's all I got. You got anything, James?
Mentioned the TikTok stuff, the joke at eighth stuff. Video on this probably won't be out this week because I got to get my wisdom tooth pulled on Wednesday. That's going to put a kibosh in the rest of the week, I think. But
you should get me a link to your TikTok so that I can put it in the description of these videos.
I can do that.
Otherwise, that's all I got. Thanks for pulling up that game. That was awesome. Matt, the only other old guy I know, and I really appreciate that. But otherwise, I got nothing.
And as always, high five.
No, you can't say that. We'll get sued. So, but thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week. I'm sure we'll have a stream. There's not much going on otherwise in my life. So I'm sure date-wise we'll be here. The following Sunday, we may have I don't know. We'll get to that. So, but thank you guys. And as always, until next time, rent on.